Hello gorgeous, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going over my April favorites and fails. I'm going to do a side-by-side and talk about what worked and what didn't work. So if that sounds interesting, then just keep watching. I'm going to start with the eye primer that I used. I've actually done a couple of videos with a brand called Luxaza that is sold on Amazon. They reached out to me, they sent me some products. I tried a few different things, enjoyed everything, but I have a couple standout products on my face today. The first one being their eyeshadow primer. This is super silky smooth. Doesn't provide much coverage, but it just is so lightweight and easy to blend. I have no issues with my eyeshadows going on over it. It sets nicely. It's convenient that you can purchase it on Amazon, and I've been enjoying it. For my eyeshadow, I tried 3 different eyeshadow palettes this month. I tried some products from Moira, and in Moira Beauty I picked up this palette called You Had Me at Makeup, and really cute. Looks like a book. Inside are the shadows, and I did enjoy this palette. What I find missing is a shimmering champagne color. This one here was the only one that I really did not care for, just because it's so soft. I feel like I'm almost to the bottom of it, so it's too soft of a formula. The other colors are great, a lot of mid-tone shades. So if you are a brown all over the lid, maybe just a teensy pop of shimmer, or use your highlight, I think that this would be a good palette for you. The formula is good. The second palette that I tried, which is tied for my #1 position, is this palette here from e.l.f. e.l.f. collaborated with American Eagle. This palette is still available. It could not be cuter with the little tag here. There is a mirror on the inside with the American Eagle design. And then inside we have some beautiful browns and blues. This shimmer called 90s Vibes is amazing. You've got the creamy white. These blues are great. I've had my fingers in all of them. I'll try to link each video that I did for you there, and if I have any other looks, I'll try to post them. But this is just a great palette. I love these cool toned browns and blues together. They've made some fabulous looks. Very pleased with this palette. If these colors are your style, then I would absolutely recommend picking it up. And the third palette that I tried very recently, but I can't seem to put it down, is this one right here from Morphe. It's the Morphe Lunarious Power Multi-Effects palette. For $18, you can get it on Morphe's website or on Ulta, but I was very drawn to this palette. You've got your creamy matte, you've got the gold shimmer, the silver shimmer, the black, and then you've got various shades of browns, and this one is a beautiful multi-chrome. I find this super easy to work with. These shades up here are neutral leaning cool, and then if I wanted a silver topper or a gold topper, I could go for either. Now, just be forewarned though, these shimmers are more of a topper. Like this is the silver. It is really meant more to go over another color. And then this is the gold. The gold has a little more pop to it. So at first I wasn't sure how I would feel about these, but they can absolutely be layered. I just go over a few times. They are silky smooth and thin. I like the texture. They're not really thick, chunky glitters. And then today for this eye look, I decided to do more of a smoky eye, and I just knew that one or both of these colors would look gorgeous on top of the black. So that is what I did. I started with the black shade. So I took that black, I went all over the lid, buffed it a teensy bit up, Then I buffed it out a little bit more with this lighter neutral brown. I took a little bit of the cream over the top, and then the wow factor was taking this gold and just patting it all over the eye. I actually was surprised because in my lighting, it actually looks kind of green. Didn't see that coming, so there must be some green reflex in that gold. So I have the black and then the gold, and then I have a little something else right in the inner corner that I'll get to in a moment. But this palette performs great. I love the color story. There's no repetition. It's really very nice. Next, I went into contour, and I tried a couple of contour products this month. I tried one from Luxaza. Here is this one, and I have the Luxaza on this side of my face. Luxaza's site has different shade variations. I will post a picture, but this one is more of a light, cool shade, and I really, let me put it here. I've been really enjoying more cool tones to sculpt my face, and then I'll use either a cool to neutral powder to set it. But this is the shade. I love the texture. It is so silky smooth. It reminds me of my Merit, but obviously at a fraction of the price. Silky, going on the face, blends like butter, super easy, long lasting. I like it. And then on this side was this e.l.f. Halo Glow Wand, and this is the contour, and I got mine in the Fair Light shade because I thought it looked cool. And it's funny, it looks very similar. Look at that. Looks almost exactly the same as the Luxaza. Cool toned, also very easy if you're into this sponge tip trend that is on, although I warn you, it gets messy in there. And e.l.f. is easy to grab at the drugstore, so if you're not an Amazon person and want to try this one, this is also a very good option. Went on easy, blended. I wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. I think it looks gorgeous. Very much enjoying. I also got highlight from Luxaza in these little, they all match blush, highlight, and contour. And this is the highlight that I have on my face right now. Super soft. This one is a pinky champagne sort of color. Very natural. I'm not super into cream highlights, but this one is just super easy. I just go like this and then tap it with my fingers and it's done. It doesn't leave a weird stripe. It blends nicely. If I were using a cream highlight, this is the kind that I would go for. And blush. I did get a cream blush from Luxaza as well. Very nice. However, today I wanted to use my e.l.f. Halo Glow Wand in Candlelit. Very pretty, peachy shade. You do have to build it up a little bit. They do have other shades, but I don't find that I have a problem getting it to show up on my face. It is the super soft, it reminds me of my Milani Luminoso. It's just a pinky peach sheen, doesn't accentuate texture. I really like that formula. And then for under the eyes, I, this month, picked up the yellow shade, because I know yellow and pinks are all the rage under the eyes. The yellow shade of the LA Girl. This is their Pro Conceal in the light yellow. This one, I'm not sure. I think it's doing something. I'm going to keep playing with it. I'm not noticing that it's drying out my under eyes, which is a huge deal. So this one is in the okay. It's not an immediate love. I will continue to play with it and try to keep you posted. I tried 2 different concealers this month, and the first one was the one from Moira. This is the Mega Concealer, waterproof, full coverage. I like this, but I don't love it. I do think that it dries out under my eyes. It's a little bit heavier. It is not quite as smooth as I would like it to be. It's not a hate, it's just in an okay category. If I really prep under my eyes and really be careful, I can use it, but this is probably one that I will use until it's done, but most likely not pick up again. The concealer that I am enjoying is this Flower Beauty Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. This one I'm very pleased with. What I'm noticing is that, of course, I would like it to have more coverage. It seems like almost every concealer I have, I can still see the darkness under my eyes at certain angles, and maybe I'm just an impossibility to please. Really, the only concealer that I have that truly does that the best job is my Tarte Shape Tape. My Ulta Full Coverage Concealer does a pretty good job, but this one is very nice. What my favorite thing about this one is how smooth it looks under the eyes. So if you have a lot of texture, a lot of fine lines and wrinkles, this might be a really good choice for you. For powder, I did try the Moira Beauty. This is their Soft Focus Waterproof Setting Powder, and I do like it. It is a good coverage powder. I mean, I truly think that you could wear this almost as a powder foundation. I wish I'd have gotten a slightly deeper shade. This is in the shade 200. It's a little bit light, but it is pretty smoothing. It is mattifying. The only thing that I do not like this powder for is under my eyes. I do notice a crepiness no matter how light I try to put it on under my eyes. I think this is best for your face, not under your eyes, especially if you have drier under eyes or tend to look crepey under the under eyes. This is a good one. For powder bronzer, I did try the Essence Matte Bronzing Powder that I have. The Essence palette, it's just a little big. I grabbed a single one. I got the deep, was worried it wasn't gonna be the right shade, but it's really not super pigmented, but it builds up nicely. I like everything about this bronzer except the scent. I thought it smelled coconutty at first, and it does, but it's a very artificial coconutty scent. It's not like the Physicians Formula. It's kind of like a cheap version of that. Thankfully, you only smell it for a second and it goes on really nice on your face, but it actually reminds me of the Essence Powder Foundation that, unpopular opinion, everybody seems to love. That scent was in that powder foundation, but it was way stronger to the point that I couldn't even keep that powder foundation. It truly bothered me. So thankfully, this is only about 20% of the strength of that scent, but I do love this bronzer. It's very, very nice, and enough that I will continue to use it because the shade is nice. It's soft, it's buildable. If my contour is looking a little too gray, it kind of neutralizes it so that I get that perfect shade that I'm looking for that is not too orange. For powder blush, I did try this one from Moira, and I will say that this is a fail for me. This is their Signature Ombre Blusher. It's a fail for me, but I truly think that it might be my fault. I think I may have just gotten too deep of a shade. This is Soft Berry, and I try to stay up at the lighter section, but I don't know if I'm just too wild with my brush. It always ends up being just a bit too intense for me. I put this on my face and I look a little clownish. I had a comment on the video, my Moira video, telling me how crazy my blush looked. And it was not a shocker. I knew it. I love blush, but maybe if you were to pick up this, get a lighter shade, or if you're a deeper skin tone, you will love it. But because it is so pigmented, I'm finding myself not reaching for it. One that I did enjoy and do have on today is just a new shade of the New-ish Essence Pure Nude Baked Blushes. I have Goldie Cassis, which is a pinky purple sort of shade, and I just picked up the Shimmery Rose shade, and it's very nice. These baked blushes are gorgeous. There's something really, really special about them. They give you a sheen that makes you look healthy, like a healthy glow without being glittery, and I feel like it's a very airbrushy effect. I just love these blushes. I would not mind having all of them. They remind me of an Hourglass product. I would think that this was high-end. I would pay high-end prices for these blushes. They are beautiful. So that is what I have over that e.l.f. Halo Glow Wand. Let's move back to the eyes. For eyeliner, I did pick up the black and white of the Moira liners, and I will say that the black is okay. It's not the inkiest. It doesn't run, which is good. It goes on my waterline, seems to stay on my waterline. It's just, there are formulas that I appreciate more. The white is more of a fail. I am fussy about my whites. It's just not quite creamy enough when I put it on my eyes. I have to sort of struggle. It sort of takes on any color that's in my eyes. It's just not a favorite. I believe this product was in my last month's favorites, or maybe the month before, but the video where I did the Relove products, that inexpensive brand at Walmart, I am still loving this Slick Flick black liquid liner. This is good stuff. It is black, it is inky, and today I just did a little flick and back down on both sides. It stays put, it is easy, it's under $3. I was at Walmart and there was a lady looking for eyeliner next to me, and she was looking for her favorite, which honestly I can't even remember what she said. Look, I'm wiping this and it's not coming off. It's pretty darn good. And she said, oh, my eyeliner, why is it $12? I don't remember it being $12. And I recommended this one, and she grabbed it immediately, thanked me, and left. In the lip category, I tried 2 lip liners, one from Moira and the other one from Morphe. And the Moira one is the one that I have on today. This is a good product from Moira Cosmetics. I do like a sharpened pencil. This is a nice nudie brown. It is easy to apply. That's what I have on today. I had no issues. It stays. It's nice. This is a good one. And the other one was the Morphe Soul Matte pencil. And while this is not going to replace my sweet tea that I love so much, it's just a personal preference. This is a twist up while the sweet tea is a sharpen. And just my personal preference is a sharpened pencil. But I was curious about this because I love Morphe lip liners. It was a couple more dollars. I absolutely will use it. It just doesn't give me the precise application that a sharpener pencil would. So if you prefer the twist up, if you do not want to sit with the sharpener and have to sharpen your pencils, then this is a good one. Here is the Morphe Soul Matte. This one is the shade Honey. It's pretty and it seems to stay. I have no complaints other than personal preference. And for lipstick, I tried the Moira Liquid Lip formula. At first glance, it reminded me of the Sephora cream stain lip colors that I adore so much. I'm sure I even have a shade very, very similar to this. This one is called Seeker. I do like it a lot, but it is not as good as my Sephora cream lip stain lipstick. It doesn't last quite as long. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, if you love the Jaclyn Cosmetics liquid lips, I have her liquid lip in Gratitude. This is very similar to that, even wears very similar to that. It's thin, it's a very soft, not drying matte. It just doesn't last as long as I would like it to. The moment you eat, it is gone. My eyeshadow. I told you that I had another color on that inner corner, and that is my #1 product from Moira, which I knew it was gonna be. Everybody says it. And that is their liquid eyeshadow formula. This one is in the shade Top Notch. It's just a beautiful gold. I love it. I mean, look at that. If you want to amp up your look, there it is. It is gorgeous. And I totally forgot to put this on. So it's the last thing that I put on before my setting spray, and I very lazily took that wand and went in both inner corners and just feathered it out a little bit. I mean, maybe a tiny finger bit at the end just to blend. Super easy, stays on really well. I would love to have all the colors, especially just to add a pop into that inner corner. I thought my eyeshadow looked great before this, and then when I added this, it took it up one more notch. Love it. Highly recommend. And the last thing is just in the okay category, and that is the setting spray. I got this from Moira. It's odd because it's called the Timeless Setting Powder, but it is long-lasting matte finish setting spray. I just don't notice anything super special with it. The mister is great. The price is great. If you're looking for a setting spray, it's fine. It's just not going to replace any of my favorites. Any other makeup products that I did not discuss, I will have listed and linked in the description box below, like I always do. Thank you for taking the time to join me today. Please consider subscribing to my channel before you leave if you have not subscribed already. I upload videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. If you hit the notification bell next to subscribe, it will let you know every time that I upload a new video. Give the video a thumbs up, and of course, leave me a comment. Did you try anything new this month that you loved, that you hated? Share in the comment section. I look forward to speaking with you, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.